Hey,
guys, you can just.
Do you have anything in your
take my
hands to
spot,
buy?
man.
No, don't do that, bro.
Hey.
Don't do that.
Hey.
Stop. It's a joke.
Welcome to First Person Defender, where regular people come face to face with unknown attackers.
Drop the gun! Whoa. Stop. Don't make fire. Get out, dude. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
And fight their way out.
Drop the gun.
This is First Person Defender.
Today on First Person Defender, we have an experienced participant, which makes it fun for us, a tough scenario. Just when he thinks he's out of danger, something else happens. Watch.
These force-on-force scenarios use training guns that fire non-lethal projectiles.
My name's Kevin. I'm currently the executive editor of Concealed Carry magazine for the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. I was a police officer for 17 years. I just recently retired. And I've been working in firearms journalism for about 26 years. I've trained all over the country. I always think I need more training. I'm a little bit nervous going into this scenario because, like everybody else, I don't want to take the pain penalty. I don't want to get hit by the paint pellets or the rubber balls or whatever we happen to be using this time through. But also I want to try to find a way to get out of the scenario without using my firearm. Too many people go to scenario-based training thinking they have to shoot. And it might be a no-shoot scenario, and you have to be able to identify that when you're involved in the training.
The thing about Kevin that people don't really know is he is not just funny and witty, he's extremely smart. He's very intelligent, he's a perpetual student. He volunteered to be here because he knows he needs training. I think we've got a really good scenario for Kevin, but I want to bring in Philip Toppino from HK to explain it. Philip, I'm pretty excited about having Kevin on First Person Defender, and you've cooked up a fantastic scenario. Tell us.
We're going to have a really neat scenario designed for him today, 2-in-1. That's hopefully going to catch him off guard.
Kevin arrives at his local pharmacy. He heads inside to wait patiently for his prescription. Will he have the means to act when and if a situation occurs?
You're going to see a pussy. Buy me money. Excuse me. Hello.
Hey man, you're on the phone. Just let me hop on.
You don't see me online?
Yeah, you've been on the phone for 5 minutes. Hey man, take your phone call outside. Hey, take your phone call. Hey man.
Don't use that, bro.
Hey, I'll use it on everybody in here. I don't care. I don't give a I don't give a It's for everybody.
Hey man.
How you doing?
Good. You got some change?
Nah.
Any spare change?
There's some stuff going on in there. We better get out of here.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should
Back
just get
here?
going. Yep. Let's call
Is that your car?
911.
Is that your
Guy
car?
in there, there's a guy in there with a gun.
There is?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's in there with a gun.
Oh my God.
Operator?
Call 911.
I'm calling 911 already.
There's a guy in there with a gun. Do you have a gun?
Yeah. There's a guy in there with a
you have
gun.
one?
Don't you worry about me. Just get yourself safe.
I saw you drive up in that car.
Yeah, I did. I drove up in the car.
Give me the keys right now. Give me the keys. Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero.
All
Give me the keys.
right, all right.
Drop the gun. Don't be a hero.
All right.
Give me the keys.
Index.
All right, Kevin. You seem like you're just a little amped up.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I'm still feeling it. That was quite confusing. I wanted to get out of here. I heard a guy holler, "I'm going to shoot you," and I want no part of that. So I got outside, and then the panhandler is getting aggressive with me, but I kept seeing somebody peeking out the door. Somebody's looking, and I know there's a guy in here with a gun, so I started reaching for my gun, got hung in my shirt because I had something in my hands. I shouldn't have done that because I was trying to call 911. This panhandler's pointing a gun at me, and I'm like, he's hollering for the car keys, so I just threw him. And I thought, if I throw him toward the car, he's gonna look away, and he did, and that's when I was able to get on him and shoot him.
Well, do you know who the bad guy was? Because I'm about to bring him in. It
No.
was actually trainer Philip Toppino.
Okay.
All right, let's bring him in. Philip, what did you see from your angles? What are your observations?
I saw my potential target enter an establishment. I heard some ruckus. He came out avoiding the situation like we thought you might. And when you came out, I thought you were gonna go back to the car. And you actually turned and started walking to me. So So I had my firearm in my back pocket and I kind of bladed it away. Did you see anything?
I didn't see that you had a gun at all. And as you speak to this now, I don't know why I didn't just get in the car to drive away. I wanted to get away from the door. I wanted to get away from any shot line that if shots came out the door, I just wanted to get moving down that way and call 911. And I kept seeing a guy peeking out the door, and I knew there was somebody in here with a gun.
That wasn't me.
And whoever was looking out the door, I started focusing on that, and here's the panhandler, that was you, wanting money, and then you wanted my car, and I looked up, and now you're pointing a gun at me, and my gun is only halfway out.
What questions do you remember me asking you?
Did I arrive in the car? Do I have money? Could I give you money? And then you said, give me the keys.
Some of the best training is recalling in real time now while you're under stress after something happens immediately. The recalling of that, it reprograms your brain to take in more information. Best training available.
We always talk about some issues because people at home want to see training points from this. So we're going to work a little bit of training, talk about some things that are important that everyone needs to know. And then we run the scenario again.
Oh, great.
Yeah, but it's never the same.
A direct descendant of the world-famous HK416, the MR556A1 is the consumer version. It uses the same proprietary short-stroke gas piston system instead of the traditional DI gas impingement system. Means it runs cooler, cleaner, and more reliable. It's the reason so many military and law enforcement trust HK rifles. Check out the MR556A1 from HK.
All right, so Kevin, that was really dynamic and a lot of moving parts. The goal was to catch you off guard. There are a few things that happened that you weren't expecting. It happened dynamically. Murphy, it's going to happen. If it can, it will happen, it will.
Yeah, absolutely. And if your goal was to catch me off guard, I expected all the activity happening in here, or maybe to spill out in the street once I got out. I didn't expect you coming at me, and that got quite confusing as I was trying to focus on what was going on in here and try to get you away from me.
Let's talk about a few good teaching points. Number one, I was asking you questions. And I was asking you questions, and I was using everything at my disposal to try to distract you and catch you off guard. What was that felt like?
100% caught me off guard. I wasn't paying close enough attention to you as a threat.
By me asking you questions, I was trying to catch you off guard. You did something really well. First off, Murphy's going to happen. So the first part is I was asking you questions. The second part is when you went to draw, what happened?
I got down and I was trying to one-hand draw. I had the phone in one hand. I was still trying to call 911. And I didn't lift the shirt all the way up before I reached for the grip of the gun. And you can see it right here. I got stuck right there. Instead of just grabbing it and ripping it forward, I looked downward to see where the gun was hung up. And when I did that, you're pointing a gun at me. I know now if I'm reaching for a gun with a one-handed draw, which when you're on the phone, this shirt has to come up high. I gotta get the shirt out of the way and come back down on the gun. And I just didn't do that. I was just trying to get it as quickly as I could.
Let's practice that a few times. So we'll just use the flashlight as opposed to your phone, and let's do a couple draws one-handed.
It's down to the shirt, up high, and then down on top of the gun. And again, this is not my everyday carry gear. This is new gear, so this is a good time to think about 3,000 repetitions.
Practice.
So down, up, and that would have been much better.
Yeah, and also movement.
Right.
So if you're drawing your firearm, I like to be dynamically moving. That to create distance, the blade, what have you.
Yeah. And again, in that situation, I know I should be moving on the draw if I'm facing a threat. I didn't see you as a threat. I was watching the door, and I just wanted to have my gun out and in low ready in case the fight spilled out while I was talking on the phone. And when I looked up, now there's a whole new threat. And I was stuck right in the middle. I was in no man's land at that point.
So we've got through two good points. The third, when you threw the keys, right? Distraction works for me as well. It works against you. It works against me.
Yeah.
I reach over, and I bend down, and then what?
And I could clearly see my front sight right behind your bicep, and then the trigger press was harder than I expected, and I jerked that shot down, and I hit you in the arm. And you didn't go down right away, so I kept shooting you till you went down.
And what's good is that people talk about in a two-dimensional range, I'm a three-dimensional target.
Yeah.
So that was everything with center mass, which is fantastic. Let's run that again, see how we do.
If you want to survive a real-world experience like you see on First Person Defender, you need training. And we provide classes and training at Range Ready Studios. We have pistol classes, rifle classes, advanced concealed carry, and even First Person Defender experiences where you get to run through many scenarios like you see on this show. Go to rangereadystudios.com to sign up now.
Not bad. 306. That is what we call the build drill. 5 rounds from the holster in the A zone. That is the build drill. What are we working on with the build drill? Well, speed of the draw, acquiring the sights, maintaining the sights through recoil. Well, managing recoil, and of course, managing the trigger. So there's a lot going on. Accuracy, speed. Everybody wants to be fast and accurate. Well, how do we do that? We do that by learning all of those fundamental skills that I just listed. I'll try that again. The idea behind the drill is that every time I do it just a little bit better. Got the timer set on a delay. When it goes off, I react. .99. So now, every time I do that, I get a little bit better. If I get so fast that I start missing the A zone, I have to slow things down. You can do this from concealment, you can do it from a regular rig, you can do it from appendix carry. Be careful, make sure when you reholster, fingers straighten off the trigger. But that is the build drill. 5 rounds from the holster in the A zone, as fast as you can make it happen.
There's a reason why shooters like the HK VP9 so much. Modern striker-fired polymer pistol holds 17 rounds of 9mm. It's optics ready, but the grip and the trigger is something you notice when you pick up this gun. A nice grip, a nice trigger is going to help you be a better shooter. And of course, HK quality. On the range or concealed, it's a good option for you, the HK VP9.
First Person Defender brought to you by HK and T4E.
Kevin arrives back at his pharmacy and heads inside. Will his training be enough to prepare him for what's next?
How's it going today? Doing great.
Excuse me, dude. What's wrong with you? Don't you see me walking? Let me know this first.
Guys, you can just.
You have anything in your
take my
hands to
spot,
buy?
man.
No, don't do that, bro.
Hey.
Don't do that.
Hey.
Stop. It's a joke.
Ah,
Oh, fuck.
stop! Put your
Messed
gun
up my
down!
eyes,
Put
bro.
your gun down!
Messed up my eyes.
Put your gun down! Put your gun down! Put your gun down!
Hey man, is everybody okay?
Stop!
Is everybody okay?
Stop!
Blue,
Get
blue,
out!
okay?
Get out! Get
I'm a
out!
concealed carry.
Get out! Get out! You got an alarm in here? Hit the alarm. Call 911.
I already hit it. I hit it when you pulled that gun out.
All right. Operator, 911.
Index. You're a little amped up.
Yeah, that was a good one.
What happened?
I came in, 2 guys started arguing about whether or not one was first in line, and I was trying to break it up. I was like, hey, somebody take my place, go in line, don't fight. and I see one guy pull out pepper spray, and the other guy pulls out a gun and launches one down in the ground. He wasn't pointing at anybody when he fired his first shot. And he brought the gun up, and I just wanted him to stop and drop the gun. And when he shot the other guy, I did not want to let him shoot me, so I shot him.
All right, good. We had two knuckleheads, obviously. They got in an argument, somebody pulls out a gun because they're angry.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a different pharmacy.
We had more in store for you, and obviously then something else happened after you finished shooting your own gun.
So I fired, and then I saw somebody come in, and he had a gun out. He wasn't pointed at me, and he kept hollering blue or hey, what's going on? And I just wanted him to leave. I just wanted him gone. I didn't need any extra distraction in here. I just wanted that guy gone. And he followed my commands, thank goodness, but I just wanted him out of the picture.
He was a concerned citizen, and he heard gunshots, and he was coming to help also.
Yeah, there's other people with guns out there. I had to be cognizant of, I'm thinking if he really wanted to bolt in and do damage, he would have come through the door, guns blazing. He still looked like he was trying to figure out what was going on.
I love the way you think, but before I go any further, let's bring in Philip, because he was our concerned citizen, and let's figure out what was going on in his head when he created this scenario. All right, so Philip, I know you weren't in here to see what went down. Hopefully you heard a little bit of our debrief.
Yes.
Talk to Kevin about what we had set up here.
We wanted it many layers. We wanted to add a few things. This is something that actually happened where we had an ego scenario in a CVS, Walgreens, what have you. Two people were in line, egos got raised, pepper spray came out, turned into a shooting. And so this is based on a real life experience.
I just wanted these guys to stop fighting. I got pinned in the corner here. I didn't know which way I was gonna go. And when the guy pulled out his gun, all I was thinking was, I don't want him shooting me.
Concerned citizen, it's very likely to happen. Great job not engaging me, because I heard it, I was concerned, I came in, I looked around, you were issuing me commands. Great job holding back, because did you have to use your firearm? I wasn't in here.
Yeah, I had my gun out. I had to shoot the bad guy. I felt like I had to shoot the bad guy. He responded with gunfire to pepper spray, and I did not want to. He shot another citizen, and I did not want him turning that gun at me, so I shot him. And then when you came through the door, I didn't know what was going on, but you didn't look aggressive. You stopped at the door. Your gun was pointed down. I know that it's a rapid trip from down to being pointed at me, but you seemed to be listening to me. And you tried to identify yourself. I heard you say blue, and I heard you say, what's going on? And I just wanted you out. And you complied, so I didn't have to do anything there.
Great job. A couple takeaways is tactical reload. Lull in the gunfight, just think them something to think about.
I talk a lot about looking for means, opportunity, and intent. He was really good about seeing that intent because he didn't overact too quickly.
This is a great multiple advanced scenario with multiple layers. And from what I hear, and we'll see on the video, he did a great job.
To see all of Gun Talk's content, go to guntalk.com, guntalktv.com, or sign up for the Gun Talk newsletter.